Alright, so I'm finally getting around to sharing my VBAC story. If you're new to this video, if you come across it, I have a video pinned on my page. I had a VBAC after having 4 C-sections last year, July 30th, 2022, so about 14 months ago. I will share this story over a few videos, but before I share that specific experience that I had last year, I'll start with 2019 because in 2019 I was pregnant, and at that time I tried to have a VBAC after only having 3 C-sections at that point. So I'll start there. So after I had my third son, my OB at the time had said that he only recommends to have like 4 C-sections. So I knew that we did want more kids and that it would be a 4th C-section. But during that time, after I had my third son, I came across a woman who had she had 7 C-sections and her 8th baby was born at home. So I was like blown away. I read her birth story and how much faith she had and like all of it, and I was amazed because I didn't know you could even have that many C-sections, let alone have a natural birth after 7 C-sections. So alright, so I started messaging her and we became friends, and she just shared a lot with me about like things I didn't know, like the data as far as with each C-section your risk goes up for placenta accreta, something I had never even heard of before. And then she connected me to a private Facebook group of women who've had VBACs after having 3 or 4 and more C-sections. So at this point I'm like, whoa, okay. So I'm like, whenever I have another baby, whenever I get pregnant again with my 4th pregnancy, I'm going to try for a VBAC. So fast forward, I got pregnant February of 2019, and immediately I was on the search for an OB who would allow me to try for a VBAC. So I had called around, I'm in the Houston area. I had called around to several places, and they were just like, no. And then my OB who delivered my 2nd and 3rd son, he was like, no, like, because I wanted to see if he would at least see me, but I was like, I won't deliver it with you, but until I find an OB, will you see me? He was like, no. So that didn't work. And then I tried calling a place in Austin, a midwife, and she no longer did VBACs after 3 C-sections. Something happened with the hospital she was affiliated with. So I was like, all right. So in one of the groups, I ended up finding out that there was an OB in Denton who delivered VBACs for women who've had 3 or more C-sections. Like, he was well known, and except he had retired from doing that in January and I had got pregnant in February, so that didn't work out. And then in that same group, someone was like, well, hey, in his same office there's this new OB there, and so she was accepting patients who had 3 C-sections. So, well, I called her office, and over the phone they were like, no, just 2 C-sections. And so, although I was told that, I went ahead and booked the appointment, told my husband, and we made the drive to Denton, which was like 4 hours from us, not knowing if she was going to say yes or no. We just did it. So anyways, went in her office, and the first question I asked her was, how do you feel about me having a VBAC? She had known I had 3 C-sections, and the first thing she said was, I don't see a problem with it. And oh my gosh, I was like, yes, because it had been such a struggle to find someone. Like, no one in Houston would see me. So she started telling me how she felt about it. As long as I know the risk, she was okay with letting me go for the birth I wanted, and the risk she talked to me about, I was already aware of. So we just went for it. All right, so that's all I'll share for right now. So stay tuned for part 2.